Okay, this is the part 2. I am going to share light on people, other victims of parental alienation, their personal experiences. So stay tuned and come on this journey with me, okay? So this week's video is all coming from Sherry Staines, who is a psychologist, and it's on the website called Good Therapy Topic Expert. So obviously Sherry Staines is being described as a good therapist, okay? And this is coming from her website. So she said that so Sherry Staines said that co-parenting with a narcissist parent is a no-no. It's just not going to happen. There is no such thing with a malignant narcissist as co-parenting. It's just not going to work. They are going to continuously manipulate and change the court's perception about you. Brainwash the court, brainwash the systems to make them see you rather as the one with the problem, when in fact the alienating parent is the main one with the issues. Okay, so a response to one victim says that best to try to get full custody of the child if possible, though this is hard if they have manipulated your kid or the court into thinking you are the problem. Good luck. Yes, good luck. I have been there, so I do agree with what he just said. So you see what he says? She said that as a narcissist, as a targeted parent, it's going to be very hard, which is what I found myself in, and that is why I'm here. If the targeted alienating parent made the system to believe that you have problem, there is no way, you cannot win with this battle. Okay. Another person named John from the same website responded. He said, full custody, question mark. In America, question mark. This is the worst country where the law is so biased and supports only women and who do not correct women at all. Do you think this is true? No. The problem is the system. It's not just that the system supports women. The system supports evil. The system supports who can be a con artist and compose themselves effectively to their own selfish gain. It has nothing to do with the kids. It has nothing to do with wishing or wanting the best for the kids. Absolutely none. None. So it's not that they support the women. No, they support evil. How can you have a child with an injury till today, since 2018? My son still have the injury from an abused parent, from a narcissist, malignant narcissist parental alienator, pushing his own child to the ground. But CPS didn't do nothing about it, because he makes them believe, oh, she wants custody. The child fell on his own. The child remembers what happens to him. But as a parent, a targeted parent, I have constantly have to be defending and advocating for a child, yet I'm being painted as evil or as somebody that is interested in custody, and that is why I am fighting. You understand? You know, I am the targeted parent, and I constantly have to fight and try to present my case. It's not easy. Okay, the system is not for you. So if you can avoid finding yourself in such a situation, please do. So let's continue with what John said. John probably is the man, and he's the targeted parent in this case, and so you see what I'm saying? Parental alienation, before it happened to me, I always thought it's actually women does the alienating and the men are the targeted parents. But now I know both. Okay, men, when the man engages in parental alienation, is more dangerous, it's detrimental, and you don't want to be part of it. You don't want to endure anything like that. Okay, Because of the court system here and the useless lawyers, I lost both my children, and still my ex-wife has alienated them, and now they are 18 years plus and they don't even talk to me. That is the kind of stupid things my ex-wife has done, because the court allowed her to do what she could do, and that is true. So I said the system is not for you. If you are going through certain, know that the system is not for you. So be careful. Be careful, because even if they assign you a caseworker, that caseworker is working for the state. Always have that at the back of your mind. Always have that at the back of your mind. Okay? That is going to help you to know what to say around them and what not to say, because everything you say around them can be used against you. Okay? If the court would have corrected her behavior, this would not have happened. Useless. I regret coming here at all. See how a father felt? These are the fathers I want to co-parent with. A father that wants to have access to his children. A father that wants to be involved in his child's life. A father that wants to be there and play a role in his child's life. Recently, I met a co-worker. The same thing. He was telling me how his kids are. Only one is 17 now. The other two are older, and they don't want any relationship with him. That is so sad. Until this day, he said every paycheck that belongs to him, he sends. You know, we have a paycheck for maybe paying bills and paycheck that, hey, I can play around with this. He sends $100 every paycheck that belongs to him into his children's accounts, even at as old as they are. Think about it. So that is John. Now we have Jody. Jody is responding to John. He said, I'm a mom in the same boat as you. I have 3 boys. The court did not do their job. It is not a man or a lady thing. It is the court. And I agree with Jody. Then I agree with John. It is the court and it is the judge thing. It is a judge thing. It is the court thing. It has nothing to do with it being a woman or being a man. Family court lets the judges do what they like. And we have nowhere to go for help. And that is so true. Do you know what I have dealt with for 10 years fighting for custody with my kids, for my kids? Not because I'm fighting for this custody selfishly. I've lost the home to him. I've lost property in Ghana to him. So what really am I fighting for? It's actually more burden for me than to fight for custody than to leave them with him, because he has destroyed their foundation. So it's more money, more effort, more stress, having to restructure the damage. It's good when you set your kids on a good structure, good path from the get-go. But if they are damaged like this and you are restructuring and rebuilding, girl, boy, that is a lot of money and effort and mental strength to achieve that success with rebuilding, restoring. Okay? So what do I have to gain fighting to waste more money, waste more energy, when at this time I should be able to just pay him his child support and just take my vacations and do? No, but it is about the kids. What is it what do I have to gain after all the education, all the achievements, all the investment, and then guess what? You don't have anything to show for it. Your children you can't even be proud and say, these are my children. What have you got to gain? What have you got to gain? You see, so that is the thing. So I agree more with Jody than John. I would be here all night with all my stories of sadness. Oh, I feel for Jody. I probably was there too. We just made babies with bad people. True. I can't agree more. We did not see it coming. Me, the lines were there. I said I shouldn't have married this person, period. His mom did not like me when they were when he came to the States. They pretended when he came to the States with his brothers, you know, whatever. I won the visa lottery. So they pretended they want me. The mother didn't even know I won the visa lottery. And she was still hating me, thinking it's her son that was bringing me to the US. So with me, the signs were there, but I was too naive to know. I was too ignorant to realize that they were even marrying me to take advantage of me. Today, look at him. He has a house that I worked as a CNA and paid for, closing cost on. He has property in Ghana that he probably will never go and sleep in it. But his mom is gathering it all for himself, for herself. Because of me. That land, that property, my mom bought the land. We gave money to my mom, bought the land for us. You understand? So, the signs were there to an extent. Then he puts up a show. My goodness. So, you know, like I was saying, I agree with Jody more than John, because it is a system thing. It is the court. It is got everything with the judges, those who make the decisions, and not the a woman thing, a gender thing. You know, it's not a gender thing. You have been in my shoes, and Jody too. At least you know that it's not a gender thing. It is definitely the court thing. Then now we have Jules. Jules also says that, and this is all 2019. Jules, this is 2019. Actually, Jody's is 2020. March 24th, 2020 was when Jody wrote her comment for John. Let's see when John wrote his comment. John also was February 24th. Okay, and then the first one the person wrote was 2018. Okay, so all these people are people that have dealt with it, and so that should tell you parental alienation is nothing that is new. People, if he has a child that is 18 and above, then obviously you know that this is something that is ongoing, as people are dealing with it, and people need to learn to understand, to even know about it, and know that they are not alone. Look at hearing these things makes me know that, oh wow, I wasn't alone. But I dealt with these things all alone, not knowing. But look at it. Now I know. So if somebody come across these videos and they happen to be exposed to such a situation, they definitely are going to know that, oh, this is what I was going through. It's not me alone. And it's now I know. I thought it was me because I'm a woman or I'm a man. Now I know it is not me. And it has nothing to do with gender. So Joe said, then there needs to be different guidelines for addressing parental alienation when the child is under 12 to 18 and over. You know, she wants to say that if the child is under 12, they should address it differently. If the child is 12 to 18, they should address it differently. And then the thing is, parental alienation is not good at any state, any age. Because when they start early like that, it affects when they get older. If they are lucky like my kids who have me and I was consistent, and despite the alienation and everything I was going through, I did not let it affect my relationship with them. Whenever I had them, I don't worry about the money I paid to their father. I don't worry about anything. I still provided good life for them. Did I? Yeah. I still provided good life for them. I still engaged with them the right way. I still cooked for them. I don't, and even the alienator rather will say, you didn't say good afternoon to your stepmom, so I can't give you food. You see, I didn't do that. Regardless of all I had to entertain, endure, I still was a good parent to my kids, a loving and caring person. So their relationship with me, whether I had them now or I did not, or I had them after 18, my relationship with them will still not be impaired as much. The impact on my relationship with them would not be impaired as much because we had good foundation. But it will affect the children rather, their relationship with people, their relationship with trusting, if you don't recognize to address the issues now, it can affect their long-term relationships at the long run. You see what I'm saying? So that is the thing. What Joe is saying, that they should be how you address them based on the age category should be different. I am not sure because the foundation plays a long-term role. But she may have her reason, so let's read and see. I see a lot of fathers successfully alienating the mother. Oh, I didn't know. There's a lot of fathers. The mother once the child reaches adolescent. Okay, you see. And this is the most likely, from what I have observed, to extend into the adult years. Okay, so I think that if the child, I have seen in a parenting class, that was ordered by the court, I have seen a 14-year-old came to talk to the class and talk about the fact that she had to, she's 16, but at 14 years old, she had to stand in front of the court and testify against her mother. A girl child though, testified against her mother to support her father and wanted to live with the father, and since then she has been living with her father. So I think this has to do with mothers that have alienated the children when they were younger and they were giving them custody. Court gave them custody and they used to manipulate the kids and stuff. When the kids get to that, and that is always the case, like my situation too. What usually happens, you need to take from this is, it is more likely than not to have an alienated child get to their teenage ages and turn against the alienating parent. That is always likely to happen. That is always likely to happen. To see an alienated child, a child that has suffered parental alienation syndrome, to get to turn against the alienating parent and turn towards the targeted parent. That is very possible. That is highly possible. I'm in that state now, and I'm telling you, and Jules is confirming it with what she is saying, and I have seen other situations. It's not going to be done by the targeted parent from the beginning. It's not the targeted parent that is going to end up alienating the alienating parent, but the children themselves, when they start adding and subtracting and deciding on what to do and deciding on who to believe, then it's going to get to a point where the targeted parent becomes the parent that the children chooses. So Joe said, my ex refused to see the children. This is the absentee parents. So that's one thing too. The absentee fathers, right? They will go, when you finish suffering with the kid. So definitely it's coming again where now he has destroyed them. I'm here molding, restructuring. Even though he pretends he don't want them with me, eventually, when the kids are of age, he's going to pretend he loves them again. He's going to manipulate them. And they are grown. And that is what's going to happen. You understand? So I think that's what Jody experienced. Most fathers that are absentee fathers that don't want to bear responsibility and be involved in their kids' life, when the mother finishes suffering for the children, all of a sudden they show up from nowhere. Then they want to use the kids against their mother. They want to alienate the kids. They want to brainwash the kids. They want to tell the kids of all the 1,010 reasons why they were not there. And the reasons were caused by their mother. It's their mother that prevents them from seeing them. It's their mother that prevented them from paying for their school fees. It's their mothers that prevented them from providing for them. Think about it. This is a reality that women have to deal with. It's just it. If you go to Africa, many of these, I've seen a lot of these feminist or women groups on Facebook where people want to know what they should do for a father that was absent all of a sudden, and even rejected the responsibility and said they were not responsible for the pregnancy. But after the whole walk of life, went and enjoyed their life, went and avoided responsibility and didn't want to be part of the kid's life, wasn't playing a role, wasn't contributing in any way at all whatsoever, shows up, want to have the kids, want to be involved in the kids' life, and it's not even in a healthy way. They come, they want to see the kids, but they are not coming with the good mindset. Some will show up at the child's school to pretend they are going to have a relationship with the child. They don't want to be responsible, but they want to have a relationship. So they want to go to the child's school and visit the child there. It's not healthy. If I'm absentee father and I'm coming back to my child's life, I would like to do it in a healthy way. So fathers, if you are out there and you come across this video, please instead engage, sit down, communicate with the child's mother. Find out where things have been and where the things are, and how you can merge, how you can help, how you can do what? Participate in a healthy way, so that the mother won't feel revengeful, won't feel bitter, won't feel like she has to alienate you. But eventually, when these fathers are allowed back into the children's life and they are introduced to the children, instead of building the broken relationship and starting it, they are rather focusing on the 110,000 things the mother did to prevent them from being responsible, because we are the cause of everything. I tell you, somebody left me. I met him in my bed with another woman, went and have a baby with that woman. The woman kicked him out whilst they were still together. While they were together, he paid for the woman to visit Jamaica twice and got married to another man while they were still together. And she left their 1 year or 2 year old child with him whilst they did that. For a year, her honeymoon with a new relationship, whilst holding this one that he disrupted my children's foundation from engaging in. And I'm still the cause. I'm still being blamed today that I'm the reason why that relationship didn't work. Can you imagine? So please, let's learn to accept responsibility for our actions. Let's learn to take charge of our actions. Let's learn to engage in a healthy way with our children. Don't vamoose, don't get lost. And when you resurface, you show up, you are rather coming to paint wrong pictures in your child's brain and mind. So he said that my ex refused to see the children when they were a baby for 5 years after our divorce, which I went through that. I was in court asking for the person to be involved. Then he was refusing. You understand? So for 5 years, he refused to be involved in his own children's life after our divorce. Then commenced occasional contact when they were in middle school, and pounced once they entered the difficult period of adolescence. This is perhaps the time a single mother most needs support. Imagine being the target parent, having to deal with alienating parents, having to deal with alienated children suffering from parental alienation syndrome, and they are at teenage adolescent ages, pre-teen and teen. It wasn't easy this past 1 year, but God has been faithful. So you see all the things I have to deal with, and I'm still standing here. Know that God is good. God did it for me. He will do it for you. I'm telling you. Take a chill pill, because yours is so peanut. No, I'm kidding. Everybody's trouble is a trouble. But how you approach it, how you see it, the outcome, how you resolve it and how you grow out of it is what is vital. And that is what EPA is about. So hearing all this people's experience, hopefully it helps, inspires you to know you are not alone. You know, yet he exploited the opportunity, you see. So when he's like, according to Joe's, I think Joe's was struggling when the kids got to teenage age. And then father showed up, and now, remember I was telling you guys a video that my ex was showing a video to my children, telling them about a mother that cheated on the husband, and they ended having a divorce, and as a result, the children were suffering because of their mother's action. This is a blame game. They always want to be the victims instead of taking responsibility for their behavior. You understand? So according to Joe's, the ex-husband took advantage of this challenging period in her life and used it to exploit the children and alienated her. The dynamics are different in each period and the legal options. That is so true. I think I agree with these women than John. Well, John, I agree with John too. But John, the only thing I didn't agree with the fact that John thought it is a woman thing. The system supports women. It's not true. They may support his wife in his instance, but you see, different women talking is not. It's the sister. It's not. And then in Joe's situation, is the ex-husband that is being he hasn't been there. He's not addressing the issue at stake, with the fact that the kids are adolescents and the hormones and the behavior and everything is kicking in, and we need to address it. And let me now use the opportunity to be a parent and be there and be a positive influence, rather using things against the mother to gain favor, score points. If you look at the tactics, the previous video, don't force yourself to compete. Don't compete with another parent. Don't compete. Don't buy things for the kids. Don't do things that will make you deliberately plotting and planning to do those things to gain loyalty from the kids. As I'm here right now, it is their life. I'm trying for them to have the best life they can have and that they deserve. So I'm not trying to score points with them. It's either they accept the help I'm giving them or they don't. And it's their future. So I make it clear. I'm not forcing them to be here. I don't want them here so they will be taking advantage of you. And no, they are free to go to their father anytime they want to. You understand? My role is to be a parent, to be a good parent, to have them have a good life and make a positive impact on their life. It has nothing to do with doing it maliciously or with malicious intentions. It has been like that from the get-go. And that is why my foundation with them has been solid. You understand? Okay. Okay. So Jules again says that was spot on. I had the same thing happen. Seeking further resources on the neglect and abandonment, and then the seeping in. They were lost. All of a sudden they dropped in at the adolescence and eventual taking over. That is evil. You understand? Single parents need support. So a parent that has been single, stressfully took care of these kids all their life. That's why as a single parent, devote your time for your kids. Form a relationship with them. So I just told you of a 14-year-old. I just told you of a 14-year-old that I saw talk. She said 14 years she has to stand in front of the court and testify against her mother and went to live with her father. So that's what fathers can do to you too. So be careful, women. After all your stress, don't let your stress and your struggle raising these kids go in vain. Okay? Take over and alienation of the mom at that point. Can you imagine? Do you have any further information? You understand? So you took care of the child all your life. They became teenagers. They are having the teenage crisis hit them. Then all of a sudden, father shows up and then want to get them, want to use the struggles you have had all your life with no support against you to make the kids feel like you are the problem and not them. You see how it is? So mothers, be careful. Now we have Gina, we have Nikki, we have Ross. It's getting long, guys. I'm gonna leave here. At least you guys know now that it is not you alone. It can happen to anybody. And so I'm going to continue, but I'm going to do it in another video.